Hello, I'm Dori Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix and on all our shows via podcast. Just go to My Joy Online podcast and search for your favorite show and relive those moments all over again. Only on Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Good morning and welcome to AM News. Well, President Akufo-Addo has for the first time admitted he was constrained in naming a successor to the former Auditor General, primarily due to the circumstances that led to his exit. The President in March this year directed the Auditor General, Daniel Domelevo, to proceed on retirement. President Akufo-Addo, who has been speaking to corruption-related issues, says the country is still paying for the circumstances that led to the retirement of Daniel Domelevo. Presidential correspondent Elton Brobe brings us this report.
Let's start with the audit service, and President Akufo-Addo has commended the acting Auditor General, Johnson Akuamo-Asiedu, for his work in the fight against corruption since his appointment. Interacting with the Anti-Corruption Coalition, President Akufo-Addo said Mr. Johnson Akuamo-Asiedu has demonstrated the quality of work and independence of view so far. For him, those are clear indications of his professionalism and readiness to fight corruption.
I think we're all aware of the circumstances in which the first Auditor, when I say the first Auditor General in my time left office. It seemed to presage some disputation between him and my government, between him and myself, and somebody had to act in his place. I felt that it was important that that person should be given sufficient time to develop the confidence of the population, rather than to rush to an appointment which could also have given the impression that that is the reason why we acted against the first Auditor General, to remove him from office and plant somebody perhaps more pliant or more accessible. I believe the one who was succeeded him, who came to succeed him by natural order in the hierarchy there, has not demonstrated sufficient quality, independence of view. For instance, he's responsible for something that is unheard of in our history, the 12 statutory reports that have to be compiled and placed before Parliament in the year of Parliament. This is the first time it has ever been done. Even the much touted Auditor General before never managed to do it. This one has done it.
Ghana improved her score on the latest Corruption Perception Index. The 2020 report released by Transparency International saw the country score 43 points out of a possible 100, a 2-point increase from the 2019 14 points. Despite the high level of perception in the country, President Akufo-Addo said he has done more in resourcing anti-graft agencies than any other regime. While for some civil society organizations demanding the president attend to alleged corrupt practices involving some of his appointees, he has this response for you.
The highly politicized atmosphere in which many of these allegations are raised in Ghana, in which some of the civil society organizations are privy to and complicit in, where it's the line between them being independent commentary and being politically related commentary is very, very thin. And in many, many cases, there are lines that are in fact crossed. There are civil society organizations that mounted campaigns to make sure that I did not continue to sit in this seat. I cannot overlook that when I hear them continuing to attack my government and its works, that these were not people who were in any way either objective or sympathetic to what I was doing. So if I tend not to pay too much attention to what they say, I don't know. For myself, I think that a lot of objective people would appreciate the position that I take.
On the Founders' Day, which fell on the 4th of August, thousands of Ghanaians took to the streets of Accra under the Fix the Country banner, demanding, among others, a review of the 1992 Constitution. But will this happen?
There are people around this table, Dr. Akwete is one of them, who know about my attitude to the effort that one of my predecessors, the late Professor Mills, made to revise the Constitution, and never agreed with the methods by which the whole undertaking was taken. I don't believe that the Constitution is the work of the President of the Republic. Having regard to the difficulties that our country has had to arrive at a multi-party constitutional dispensation that has endured, and the Fourth Republic is the one that has endured. We saw the First Republic, which had its own problems, authoritarian rule, one-party rule. We had the problems of the Second Republic. We had the problems involved in the Third Republic.